In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world. The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep. I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world. The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep. I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world. The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep. I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I've overcome the world. The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep. I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
Woo! Totally smooth transition. Totally smooth.
I'm more amazed that you did the countdown away from the mic. So confused.
No.
Yeah, I didn't hear shit. Are we live now?
Yes,
Is that what's happening?
Yes, we're live. Sorry,
Hi.
Congrats.
Hi.
Good job.
That's okay. We're professional. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, totally professionals. Yes, welcome to the third session of They Talk Back, the Walking Dead Universe TTRPG, run, of course, by our lovely game master, Toby, aka Tag Sessions, and I guess general mood is like the tension's high, and I think the tension's still gonna be up there, especially as we were given a interesting cutscene at the end of last session. If you guys haven't checked out any of the previous two episodes 1 and 2, you can check the highlights, the VODs, and we will be uploading them on YouTube soon. I keep saying soon. Eventually, I will upload them. I promise. But yes, quick round table rotation where people will introduce themselves. And actually, I want to get into the character headspace in this current situation, so we'll do that. real quick. So let's start first with the first person that you would see on screen on the top left. Hi, Chris. Hi. Feel free to introduce yourself and your character's headspace, and like if you could do a snapshot.
You said Chris. Do you mean
Yes, Chris.
the player,
Yeah,
Jack?
Chris, the player.
Okay.
Yeah, getting into Chris's headspace.
No,
Yeah,
Chris is
yeah, Chris's headspace. Chris,
still mighty.
but yes.
Yep. Cool. I understand now. Yep. Sure. Yep. Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a professional GM. I am not Chris. I am playing.
I thought it was Chris.
I don't fucking know who I am and what's going on anymore. So yes, I am extremely tired, but you can find me on all the social media at JackSquarePeg, where we do RPG edutainment as well as the occasional video game potluck. Tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. AEDT, we're doing a tribute to the classic gangster movie Goodfellas with a Call of Cthulhu adventure called Deadfellas. So you can check that out then on my Twitch. That'll be really fun and exciting. We also recorded a episode of the Playpen podcast, which incidentally, Denmark, we may be renaming. I'm telling you this live because there are two podcasts, one named called the Playpen. One is about vertical climbing. The other is about tantric sex. So there you are. It's true. It's about having fun in the Playpen. So
Oh my God.
who knows what we'll be called when we finally release. But we played a game of One of Us Will Die, which is a really great narrative deduction horror role-playing game.
And spoilers.
so
one of us
yeah.
did die.
That's true. Yep, that's what it says on the tin.
Yep.
But how many people died? You'll have to find out when you watch it. Which will be out soon, possibly under a different brand name, unless we're fine with. I mean, I'm fine with it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Just kind of
I'm
like,
fine-
you
I'm fine with
listen
it.
listen to about sex positions, and then come listen to us. That's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
if
good
that's
SEO.
what you really want. If that's what you really want out of life. Yep. You know, get some good technique, put it to use while listening to us. Whatever you want. There you go. That's me.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
head position. Fear.
Okay.
Fear and Jack is feeling frustrated is the wrong word because that implies that I'm like feeling aggressive or anything like that. Trapped might be a better word because I know information that my character has no business knowing in any way, shape, or form, and I don't know how I can get him to know. I really don't. So honestly, I predict a death. At least one. And that's where we're at. So that's me.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for
Yeah.
the love, Jack, and
Yeah.
thank you for getting us into headspace and also fun developments with Playpen. Next we have beside Jack.
I just thought it was funny.
I know. Next, Sin. Introduce yourself and get us into your character's headspace. How's Otto feeling? A snapshot of what he's feeling right now.
Hi, my name's Sin, variety streamer, play different kinds of games. I've been dragged into many TTRPG tables by Den Mother, and as well as other games and events. But for today, with how Otto's feeling about the whole situation, Otto is feeling very paranoid with the whole situation, considering the fact that he and Tenza had found sets of tracks of an unknown person that followed after the little girl, it seemed. And it's also definitely one that might still be around. But considering the fact that there is now a different kind of threat, with the fact that there's a different group, he seems to be rushing over towards the more visible issue for now.
Okay. All right. Paranoid. Got it. Thank you for that, Sin, and hopefully we'll have more Auto backstory, maybe, perhaps. We'll see.
Mm.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of backstory. Anyways, we have also next on the bottom left corner, Petra, introduce yourself and your character, and my brain derped. The emotional snapshot of Tenza. What are they feeling right now in this moment in time?
Yeah, mute yourself on this one. They. Oh. No, crap.
Oh god. What's happening now?
Just so you don't hear double me pretty much speaking through Denmark's mic and everything. Anyway, as you all know, I am the imaginary Petra, husband to the dead mother. I am playing as Tenza tonight. With what he is feeling, he is stressed out a bit because someone's holding a grudge against him, really wants to stab him in the throat sort of thing, or in the face. And that person basically slept right above him, and he did not even know. And he's realizing a whole bunch of mistakes that have happened because he didn't think of them, or the players themselves didn't catch on. And he's stressed out because he has 3 stress dice at the moment.
Yes.
So much stress. I feel like
Fun times.
someone's gonna make really big mistakes then. And then, of course, the introduction I'll only give. I want to give a snapshot to Joe. Since we looked on character bleed, I'm much better now. A week after, Joe is fine. The player is fine. But Joe.
That's good to hear.
Joe's snapshot in this moment is the sense of fight or flight. But more or less, there's the instinct to flight, for flight because of flashbacks and the need to run away from said situation that's reminding her of her past, but also fight. She wants to protect the group and make sure that they're safe. So that is 2 clashing emotions at the moment. She might do a Rick moment where it's like, this isn't a democracy, but we'll see. We'll see, because because I don't know. We're getting the vibe first. If someone dies, she might go Rick Grimes, but we'll see. And we turn now over to our GM. Feel free to give a snapshot on how you're feeling right now, GM Toby. How you feeling? And
I'm just eager to see where the game will go. I'm Toby. I'm running the game. This is a 13 episode mini campaign of The Walking Dead. We are using various safety tools such as lines and veils, and check-ins, open table. But in the end, it's an exploration, a sandbox story about a world after the apocalypse, and a group of survivors who make their own decisions. As of last session, the group has discovered that there may have been infiltrators into their camp. And of the 2 infiltrators, one of them may have succeeded in gaining the trust of the others temporarily, just long enough to find their desired target. But now things have escalated as a new group, or perhaps the same group, has now appeared at the borders and is very noisily blaring the car horn to catch attention. Attention which may lead to walkers also taking note.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I am, and I'm very eager to see where we will go. If we're good to start, I think we'll have to start first with everyone double check your XP area. As mentioned last game, we are doing a modified XP approach. If there is any new thing that you can check based on the last session, then that's another point that you can allocate to one of your skills if desired.
Was it not getting another talent? Could you remind me? Is it one of the other?
Once you may either get a new talent or increase a skill by 1. But basically, you can only get 1 extra talent, and then the skills that's around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of skills later on for the entire campaign. So
Okay, and the cap was 4. We had to hit 4, correct?
yes.
Yeah, of which I have done. So I have no idea what I'm getting yet. But if it's 4, which I'm confirming now, then yes, I'll have something by the time you come around to me.
Sure. Does anyone have any marks that they want to clarify? Because you're free to just adjust your skills now based on the number of checks you have.
What do
Number
we
of new
clarify? What do we clarify under as for learned something?
Oh, that's really up to you. If you feel like your character has grown in learning something about the world they live in, or about someone else, that's fine. You can mark that.
Yeah, we learned
The progression
something
here
about
is
Jacob.
yes. The progression here is really for you to feel you can allow your character to grow as we go through the story. So I'm not being hard and fast as far as the rules are concerned.
Mhm.
For example, the dearly departed monologue usually is one player gets to summarize the events and tells it in character at the start of the game. But since we're doing this as a stream, everyone can just mark that if they feel they had a moment where they monologued something important to them. Exploring new sectors is one of the things no one has done yet, for example. Once you have at least 4 checks, you may choose the reward to be a new talent. You're only allowed 2 talents for the entire mini campaign. So you may choose to keep progressing your skills or get the talent instead once you have 4 checks.
Is it possible I'm saving it up for leadership, but I'm waiting for like a pivotal moment in the session before I give myself leadership?
Yeah, that's fine. So it's really just I want you to have that feeling there is character growth, and you could feel like, "Ooh, I'm better now at this one," and it's that sort of feeling. And then again, if you already now have a better idea of who your anchors are, do please mark them.
Oh no, not again.
Internet. They're back.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Don't forget to choose your anchors. Anchors allow you to lose a lot of stress in one go, so if you have an idea of who your PC and NPC anchors are, feel free to write them down. And you can always ask for a scene with one of them to get rid of stress. Jack, you wanted to clarify something?
Nope.
You're still good?
Yep, no. I was also incorrect. Achieve something important. I don't think I've gotten that yet, so
Okay.
I'm gonna wait.
If everyone's good with progression, we can now officially start the game.
Yeah.
It turned off. I'm sorry, that wasn't supposed to be off. Internet, Philippines.
I feel you. I feel the pain.
Okay, so to start off tonight's session, if this were a TV show, it's the tradition of starting off with a scene that's not directly connected to the earlier scene from the last episode. May we have you take the spotlight, Vetra? So for Tenza, in the first few weeks of the apocalypse with The Walking Dead becoming now a real thing in your life, where would Tenza where would Tenza be at this point in time? If it were like a week into the first realization that the walkers were real.
I would say after the first week, he'd be coming back from like from walking down a trail. Probably some people were trying to get away from the walkers, and they didn't know what to do, I would probably say.
You were helping anyone you could, anyone who needed help at that point in time.
Yep,
Would that be a fair assessment?
that would be a fair assessment, yes.
Okay. You would still be in the wilderness at this point in time, or would you have tried to come home? Was there a family you tried to connect with? Was there anyone important you tried to reach?
I mean, he would have tried reaching out to Jacob. Jacob, the
The
police
cop.
officer. Yeah.
Policeman.
Okay. So we could assume at this point in time, um, you were at the campsite, in park wilderness, and then the parking lot where people usually go when they go camping. You were out scavenging for an additional set of supplies because you wanted to journey into the city to check on your friend who's a cop. Well, journey to the nearby town, not the city. And at this point, you catch sight of three people who are screaming because their car has just smashed into one of the parked cars. The driver's unconscious, and there are two walkers closing in on them as two of the three people are trying to wake their companion on the driver's seat. Would you have come forward to help them? Would you have stayed and watched?
In all honesty, he would have stayed back and watched, considering if the driver was knocked out and on the horn would have been blaring. So
Yes.
keeping distance away from that was keeping him safe, and at least him watching could at least learn any behaviors that these all had, as well as if that's happening, he can easily find an way around, find his friend at the behest of strangers that he doesn't know anything about.
Mm-hmm. The two women are screaming, trying to wake their companion. Their companion, who has his head lodged against the steering wheel right now, is still unconscious. The horn is blaring. The two walkers, who are both dressed in what seem to be swimwear, stagger closer, slowly moving towards the source of the sound, hungry for these women who don't seem to be fully ready to defend themselves. You've been surviving for practically a week. You've learned that these horrible things are resilient. Stabbing through their chest or slicing off an arm barely slows them down. You've even seen one decapitated, and the head continued to try to gnaw at you the moment your leg was close enough. You don't think the three will make it unless you intervene. However, not too far in this same parking area, you do spot the car which you were hoping was still there. When you first went to the park, you recalled one of your fellow rangers was talking about how he just bought this new convertible. He had died a few days earlier, and you were hoping his car was still there so you could take it to check on your cop friend. And true enough, it's still there.
Yeah, he'd sneak around to the car to unlock it and get into it. While still watching what's happening, considering if it's only 2 now, and considering this is the first week, there's probably still quite a lot starting to come out of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to head towards
Uh-huh.
that car. He's not going to risk himself to save 2 people, 3, if the person in the front hasn't died or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Go on.
But like, if the person in the front's dead, and the other two don't seem to be ready to survive, well, defend themselves or anything like that, that's just a big risk on himself and for any other people in the future.
Watching as the first walker gets to the woman tries to shove it back. She screams at it and grabs the closest thing she could as a weapon. You see her do the same mistakes you yourself had done within the first few days. Whenever you fight, you try to hit the biggest thing in your target, and you see her repeatedly slamming the branch she found against the walker's body. It barely slows the walker down. The second woman has clambered back into the car and is now shaking the man at the driver's seat rigorously in hopes of waking him. The second walker, unfortunately, is now closing in on the two of them. In the car, you've been able to get inside without being noticed. You, true enough, find the keys in the just hanging there on the sun deflector just above the driver's seat. You can drive off if you choose to. The only thing stopping you is the decision to make it. Do you leave?
He gets in. Actually, does it look like anything else inside the car, like any backpacks or anything like that? Or does it just look like it's just them?
Their car or the car you're in?
Their car.
Their car looks like they stocked up. So the trunk is brimming with stuff and it's latched down because it can't close on its own.
He'd reverse the car, slamming into the second one. If there's no other zombies like very nearby, that'd probably be the action he can take. Slam the second one with his vehicle, because there'd be enough space to do so. The other one already on the vehicle or right next to it would be too risky to try and slam into.
So you're targeting the one approaching the car, not the one the woman's engaged with. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That will be a mobility roll. From the book, mobility is also used for driving vehicles. So that will be 4 dice for you. We're ignoring your stress from the current time because this is a flashback after all.
Alright.
Oh wow.
2 6s. The ones that matter.
But these are the normal dice. These are not stress dice. So the ones don't matter right now. You crash into the walker. The walker causes the car to have a small hop as it drives over the head and pops it. You realize your sudden arrival has actually made the woman earlier fighting the walker leap backwards in shock, giving you an open avenue to hit the first walker as well. Do you use your extra 6 for that? Your extra success? Or do you want to use your extra success for something else?
Actually, I'm fine with the extra success to be hitting the other one.
You crash the front of the car this time to the other walker, and that one flies backwards, impaling itself on some of the nearby branches. The women stare at you, breathing heavily, a bit shocked but thankful. The driver is still not moving, but the woman has pried him from the steering wheel and the horn has stopped blaring. One of them calls out to you, "Please, you have to help us! I think our father had a heart attack."
I'm not a doctor. I can get you.
We
to
have
safety.
food. We can give you things. Just help us, please.
All right. Throw some of the bag, throw a bag or two into my car, then I'll help.
One of the women rushes to the back and starts unlatching the trunk. As you expected, you see further down the road a new walker coming into view. They're still far out, it's still safe, but the sounds definitely have started to attract those that are close enough. With the latch open, the first woman starts grabbing one of the bags out and bringing it to your car. The second one, however, she rushes to the driver and checks if the driver is still knocked out. If you're not a doctor, can you? Surely you know someone who could help.
I do know someone who can help. Unfortunately, their lines are full. Probably. I'm going to see a police officer.
You're headed back to town, back to Buchanan.
I need to.
The place is overrun. There's nowhere to go in Buchanan. We were hoping to head north to Springwood. Just... Can you drive with us?
I can.
I never learned to drive stick, and this car we found was unfortunately one of those manual cars.
I'm the character as a manual driver myself. I'm just like, why do they not teach people stick? Just learn
For me,
stick.
I just heard Manuel, so just like I like look down at the stick and it's just hello. Yeah, Manuel.
Manuel. It is you and I again.
I'm sorry, Timmy. I'm not making fun of you.
That's fine, that's fine. Can you help us? The women ask, and you see their eyes looking at you, brimming with tears. But then you notice something which slightly makes you wonder more about this infection that's spreading. You've seen people who've gotten bitten or scratched. Their wounds turn infected, and in a few days they turn into these horrific monsters, these walkers. But you're now staring at the driver that the two women had with them. The driver who had a heart attack. And your eyes widen as you start to see him twitch. Start to sit up. You don't think he's recovering from the heart attack.
Away from your father.
The two women turn to look at him. The man sits up, his eyes closed, black veins marking his neck.
And
You realize,
can Tenza quickly
Yes?
grab the woman that's right next to her father and like forcibly pull her away? Like grab by the collar of the
grabbing her,
and just like rip her away.
you pull her back as quickly as you can. She stumbles against you and stares. But we haven't been bitten. The father's eyes burst open, and you see the horrific markings that show it is no longer one of the living. And in your mind, you realize whatever this infection, this apocalypse seems to be, it may be far greater than anyone ever expected. We end the flashback there. We jump to the current time. And in the current time, we open with the group. This is everyone except Jack. Jack, you've gone Batman on us, right? So you ducked out and disappeared while the group is walking towards
I'm sitting
the
here.
fence.
Do you mean Chris? I'm just being a dick.
I'm pretty sure.
There is no other
um,
Jack. You're Jack. There's only Jacob.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure Chris.
That's what I would do.
Chris
Just like,
revealed
oh, suddenly his
themselves.
name is Jack again. That's a funny coincidence. Yeah. Yes, I joined up with them right at the end. so they know I'm there.
Oh, okay, so so the group is all together. That's fine.
Yeah.
So Joe, you're there with the group following you. You've suited up, and of course, I'm struggling to find the names of the characters. I just realized the one displayed shows that the roles and not the names. We have Otto. Yeah, there you go. We have Otto and Tenza.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have Otto and Tenza up front. We have Joe catching up in the armor and the shotgun. We have Chris coming in the rear, and then we have the
Honking.
others gathered defiantly against Joe's wishes because they want to show a unified front. And true enough, we see the Jeep still behind the fence. We see the three people. Of the three people, two of them clearly are carrying guns. One of them being a rifle, the other one have a pistol. And the third person carrying a, badass looking bow.
Daryl? No. Anyways, in this moment, Chris, Otto, and Tenza can see the obvious frustration in Joe's face as the group follows in this idealistic, we're all a unified front, and then I look at Chris, I look at Tenza, it's like, you guys got any bright ideas?
I don't think.
Okay.
From memory, where we were is you were very far away with your group. We can see you.
Oh.
You aren't with us.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
but
with.
we can have it. You guys all join together if you want it to be an easier sequence, so you're all together. Unless
Do
you
we?
choose to stay distant, that's also an option.
Teleporting doesn't quite make sense for us to do
Or
right now.
people can walk slow. That's also possible. It's really a
Okay.
question of, do you want the group to be together or do you want to still be separated?
Ideally, I think they might have.
I don't think it would make sense for us to be together at this exact moment. I think it would take a moment to get there. That's part of the problem. You're not nearby us from memory.
Yeah.
You're by the front, and we're at least 500 meters away.
But nothing's stopping the group from waiting for the others to catch up.
Yeah,
before
okay, that seems to
confronting
be
the
where the
team.
wind is blowing. That's fine. I'm not going to argue the point.
Yeah,
That's
so it's really all I'm saying is either is fine. I just need to know what the group prefers.
I would prefer I assume there was a bit of a time skip where the groups met, and I would share to the three able-bodied, the ones that are more combat oriented, to be like, there's these people who are obviously not combat oriented. They're not able to wield guns and stuff, and they're going into the war zone, and I'm pleading help to plead reason with them. That would be the situation that Joe would be in, to try to pull Chris and Otto and Tensa into the conversation. It's look, it wasn't my idea. They wanted to follow. There's a clear threat. We have to deal with it. If there's a way we can flank it, try to get them by surprise. If someone can reason with these people that this isn't a good way to go. And we were told information by Eden that there's
Eve.
By Eve that they are with weapons. I tried to make that clear and abundantly clear to the group that's following. They're with weapons. You guys can shoot a person. You guys can do any considerable damage to actually armed people.
You're asking me.
NPC group. But
Okay.
but I'm also asking Otto and Tenza and Chris to they're not seeing reason. They're following me right now. I'm armored. I have a shotgun. They're not, and they're trying to do this unified front, and that's not what we need right now. We need to deal with armed men in front. We have to find a way to flank them, And then I just turned to the group like, you guys can shoot, you guys can murder a person.
Rosa looks at you. Then we'll wait here. But back there in the house, away from the rest of you with weapons, we're just as vulnerable. It's a big farm.
I turned to Tenza. Is the like, can we keep them in your? Well, it's my cabin, but we'll keep them in the cabin for a bit. An eye out.
Cabin's not really safe either. Let's say there's another person who snuck on, and they have already put a threatening message out in the cabin. Well, in the barn.
Barn.
In the car, not in your barn.
We
Wait.
don't know.
Guys, we
what's
don't
going
have
on.
time for this. They are honking the horn. What are we doing? Whatever we're doing, we need to do it now.
Flanking them.
How do you flank them? Just to make sure it's clear. We do have a fenced area. So are you split into two groups that exit the fence and come in from the outside? Or
Assuming.
yeah, but this is like open farmland, right? We're not in like a town with lots of hiding places.
I mean, assuming like a year has passed and outside the fenced area has probably overgrown a bit.
Yes. So there is some level of hiding. It's just that how do I put this? Given this is open farmland and at most maybe tall grass and the occasional shrubbery, it's not that easy to get there per flanking position. It's doable. It will require a roll. That's what I'm saying. Good.
Mhm.
Around them.
Okay, so to better define it then, center is Joe and whoever's with Joe, and then who is our left and right flankers?
I would be separate for sure. Yeah. So whichever. I'll say the right. Sure. Why not?
So we have Chris rushing off to the right side, and then who'll flank to the left?
Guess I'll be
Not it.
Tenza.
Oh, we're gonna be the. No, Ten's gonna be beside me. No. Oh.
No, I said not it, not flank.
So you're gonna be front.
As in,
runner.
as the,
Oh. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna be front.
Yay! Otto's gonna be with me. Okay, you go. You
Good.
go to the left.
So Joe and Otto, Tenza, and
Yes.
Chris, and then the rest of the group resigned and grumbling, considering whether they should head back or at least stay in this distance, but they're not super far away.
Okay.
Also,
So
is,
Joe and Otto, the two of you make your way forward.
I have a question. Is Jacob the
Yeah.
police officer with the whole group, or
Yes, he's currently with the group. I'm assuming he's there to protect the group, unless you want him with you guys.
No, protect the group because he's the one with the gun. Like Joe's like very adamant and like.
I have his gun at the
Oh.
moment.
Oh.
That's okay. We don't know everything, so as far as Joe is concerned, Jacob's got a gun. As far as
I did
Jacob's
not-
concerned, okay,
oh.
guys, stay with me. He doesn't have his gun.
right.
Yeah, that's fine. So Tenza and Chris, please roll stealth. Don't forget your stress dice as a second roll.
I have 1 6 from the regular dice and 1 6 from the stress dice. No ones.
Okay, that's perfect.
I rolled a lot of dice and I didn't get a single success. So, yeah. But no.
But at least no
not a one on the
failures.
stress.
So no ones, but no sixes either. Okay.
No ones, no.
So we start with Joe and Otto. Two of you are heading straight towards the front of where the group is there. The horn blaring, the intermittent horn blaring stops the moment they can see the two of you approaching. And as you're approaching, whoever is there by the driver's side of the vehicle, the one who was pressing the horn earlier, has raised one hand that's holding the rifle. He has shoulder-length hair, a full beard. He seems somewhat familiar, but it's hard to tell until you're closer. Denim clothes, layered top. It's like a dress shirt and a denim jacket. Very casual dressed. Nothing intimidating in the way he's dressed. His two companions are a bit more intimidating. They're both in more vest types with t-shirts. The vests obviously have stuff strapped to them, whether it's flashlights or extra equipment. One of them is a full beard, a burly man who seems to have suffered a lot of sun damage in his skin. Baseball cap. The second man is a bald guy who seems to be smiling as he takes a long drag on his cigarette. As the two of you approach, the guy with the rifle held in the hand calls out, "We come in peace!"
There's a raised eyebrows. I'm like holding my shotgun. It looks like I'm just ready to. Shoot. And like my suspicion doesn't leave my face. It's resting. Like, yeah, really? With guns? Really? Kind of face.
Otto has half the mind to yell out, "You come in stupid."
Oh.
Two of you, neither of you saying anything, but your faces obviously not looking too happy. He's still with a hand holding the raised rifle. He continues, "We made sure there aren't any walkers within 2 kilometers from here."
How close?
This is the
are
Davidson farm, right? Sorry?
How close are we?
I'm sorry. It's up to you. It's up to you if you're already at the fence, if you're still a few yards away. You decide how close you've
I
got.
kind of glance and see where Tenza and Chris are at the moment. Are they already flanking? Because that's when I stop on the fence.
You don't see Tenza. Successful stealth roll. So you think he's moving into position as you have planned. As you check to see where Otto is, we'll cut to you, Otto. Well, sorry, not Otto. Chris, where Chris is. You don't mess up, so you don't like trip or hurt yourself or cause any additional trouble. But you do realize that when you get to this point from where the fence ends and it's the next bunch of shrubbery,
Yeah.
the shrubbery has not fared well enough for you to get to it without being spotted.
Okay.
Do you step out anyway into the open and now reveal yourself in that flanking
No.
position, or do you just stay at least by the fence for now?
Nah, I'm gonna basically like even if he's hidden, he's not gonna like reveal himself until they at least lower their guns.
Okay, so you stay there by the fence boundary.
Yeah.
Okay. So cutting back to you, excuse me. Cutting back to you, Joe and Otto. You do see Chris still stuck at the boundary side on the far right. You can't tell why he has not progressed. You're not in a good vantage point to see what he's seeing.
Either way, I'm within hearing shot of the people, and I go, "What do you want with my farm?"
We're actually after someone. The bastard escaped to the south, and he stops for a moment. Joe?
And I get my eyebrows like Ray's like, am I supposed to know you?
I'm sorry. It sounds like you, but it's hard to tell with all the metal. He's pointing at your armor.
And if it is, again, what do you want with my farm?
Nothing. But we're after two freaks who messed up our sanctuary, and we were tracking them all the way down south.
I'll step out at that point and just go, yeah, we think we ran into them.
One of the burly guys turns, a bit surprised to hear your voice. He brings the bow down, but the guy with the rifle, no.
Yeah, as the bow is
Hey,
pointed, like you see the instinct of Joe just pointing the shotgun at the guy who reacted. Like, still my farm, still my territory. You don't-
And we're still outside. He interrupts you. Can we calm the fuck down and bring our weapons down? Because you're the only one right now aiming it at someone.
That's true, Joe.
Then I lower my shotgun.
He motions at his friends to bring down their weapons. Guy with the bow brings it down. The other guy who has his pistol just brings it to his side, but he still keeps his hand on it. Just to clarify everyone else, Tenza, you are outside of the border. You've gotten past some bushes, and you have a good flanking position to the side and back of the vehicle.
Hey,
You do not spot anyone else. It's just the three of them.
Okay, he's just gonna hold his.
Not announced yet.
No, he's.
Okay.
He's wondering who the two people they are looking for. But
those are they the two people that ruined your sanctuary? Any descriptions?
Was one a little girl?
Guy with a beard looks in your direction. He starts nodding, and as he starts explaining, which I'll get into in a bit, Joe, you may roll wits and only wits. Just no stress, no skill, just wits. That's 2. You have you just roll 2 dice.
I got a 6 and a 1.
We'll get to you in a bit. Guy explains. Dressed in rags, a little girl, cute thing. Only she has a stare that makes you think she's feral.
Yep.
The guy's the weirdo. Quotes musicals and seems to dance around when he moves, almost like he's drunk.
I don't know about that, but we saw him.
They're from this group that call themselves the Boka. They're cannibals.
What? Ooh.
Oh dear.
And Joe, while everyone's hearing that, you, Joe, realize who this man is.
Ooh.
Compared to the apocalypse, you knew this man. His name is Arjun Kapoor. He was a school teacher. He was a contemporary of yours who eventually became a teacher.
Kapoor.
He used to live not too far from your place, but
Cap?
not the farm, basically.
Yeah, I go Cap.
He turns to you again. Thought that was you under all that metal. He brings down his rifle, and you see him place it on top of the car. And he starts walking towards the fence with his hands raised. And he turns to you, Chris. You can come check me if you want.
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah.
Patting him down, you find a knife on the back. You find a second knife on the right leg under the denim pants.
Okay. I'll just show that I've got it, put my hands up high, but put it back in the truck, whatever vehicle it was that they had.
Walking to his car, you place them down. The guy earlier with the bow who threatened you, you see him offering you from his pack of cigarettes in case you want one.
Fuck yeah, it's been a long time.
You grab one?
He ran out a long time ago. That shit is like gold in the trading circles. So he's like, holy shit. Yeah, he's like he's embarrassed by what he last had to trade to get some smokes.
You hear the guy warn you though. Sorry, it's mint. Menthol, not mint, menthol.
I know what you
See
mean.
me? He hates its face as well.
What is wrong with mint?
Smoke cigarette.
And Tenza, just checking on you, seeing people starting to lighten up. Are you still in hiding range, in hiding position, just in case things go south, or do you reveal yourself?
He's staying hidden. Whilst everyone's still friendly. Always good. Because considering
yeah, go on.
Considering like a horn has been going on, even if they yelled out that it's like there's no walker within 2, they couldn't have searched an entire area of 2 kilometers. He is not taking their word. He is staying low. He is covered by the thickets, but he's also keeping ears out for any sort of shuffling movement amongst the grass.
Awesome. I will have you roll scout and your stress dice, but later give the results later. I'll just roll it for now, and then I'll come back to you. So while you're surveying the area, Guy has his hands raised. Arjun turns to Otto, and you can check as well if you want to be sure. Because Otto's the one beside Joe.
Yeah, Otto goes up and checks the person. And
you don't find... Yeah? Sorry?
Technically speaking, Otto's gonna be very thorough about this. He's like gonna double check like pockets on him.
Let's make it fun. Roll 3d6.
Oh boy.
And give me the numbers.
Let me roll that. I forgot where we left Sunny. A 1 and a 6.
A 3d6. So that's... What's your third number?
5.
516?
Yeah, 516.
You check his back, you check his pockets, you check his side, and then in the denim jacket, you find a jar that's filled with colored liquid. The smell tells you it's gasoline. And he tells you, just in case we run out, never want to get stuck with a car when you're out there. When you're out here.
Yep, sounds about right.
And keep away from him. You see him motioning to the 2 guys smoking by the van. So,
Yep.
Joe, can I bring my arms down?
Yeah. Fine. Here's the thing. We just said cannibals. How do you know they were cannibals?
Because they ate our friend. Hey, it's not funny! He looks at you guys as you start giggling. I'm serious!
No, it's just the way the question was asked. She's like, how do you know? Well, I might have experienced it for myself. It's possible.
So you guys are all camped out in here?
Yes.
Just the 4 of you?
There's
Oh,
more-
sorry, 3. You only they don't know Tenza's there. Just the 3 of you?
There's more of us.
Well, we're part of a larger faction. Further north, we're called a society, and our leader is hoping to try to rebuild something more familiar.
Otto's gonna look at him and ask, so you're where the smoke comes from, as well as the lights?
No, that's the horde we dealt with. There was a horde further north. probably got attracted when we were dealing with settling our new haven. Further north, following the river, there used to be a carnival,
Mm-hmm.
and our research showed that the carnival was actually the same spot where there was this underground bunker that we wanted to claim as a haven. So we had to clear out the place.
Well, we're just trying to do upkeep here. Beyond that, we'll let you know if you find any of the cannibals. The other than the girl and the weird guy, any other telltale signs we need to be on the watch out for?
Well, there's rumors of some group towards the east that claims to have found a cure. We haven't really looked into it. Our leader, the lady, doesn't think it's real. She suspects it's just some sort of attempt to lure survivors over in order for them to be used for whatever purposes the group needs.
It's just safer out here in a sense. I'm more familiar.
Listen, if it's just the three of you surviving here in the farm, there's space in society.
There's more than us. I emphasize that, like, you didn't hear me, pal? There's more than for us. Like there's more than the three of us. Look, we're fine. If we're gonna need it, we'll head there. For now, we're fine.
Tell you what. We were searching for the cannibals, you encountered them, so I presume you drove them out of your farm. Sounds good? Sounds just about right?
Sure.
Then we don't need to go in or anything. We'll continue our search outside. We'll see if we can find any signs of them, but could leave you a map in case you want to check out the society.
Alright. I extend my hand, like, alright, give the map.
Oh, we don't have a map, but we can make. Let me see if I can draw you one. He heads back to the page. Jonas, maybe you can tear a page from that magazine of yours. Oh, come on, it's got really hot guys in it. Jonas, I need paper. Damn it! He goes to the van to get it. The other guy, Kevin, looks at you, Chris. The menthol really is shitty, but it's got nicotine.
Honestly, it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I've been telling the group in the society that they should start, planting these stuff. I mean, cigarettes did come from trees, right?
No.
No? He looks at you. Jonas
But,
grabs a skin mag. You see, it's this skin mag with lots of hot guys on it. He tears off a page and goodbye, Zach. Kisses it and hands it to his
On my
boss.
dick, yeah. How's it even?
Otto, what are you doing during all this?
Otto's going to actually ask. So you said cannibals, but what's with the cross?
It looks at you. Cross? What cross?
Otto points to like the
ruined
pivot
cross there in the front.
the ruined, like more specifically the hole that it was originally in, that he dug, like he literally pulled it out of.
Arjun walks with you to look at it, stares at it. Huh. Shakes his head. First time I've seen this. I'm not aware of any sort of cross that they ever made.
Is there a sus roll? Is there a sus roll? Sussy roll?
If you feel sus, it's sus. If you feel you trust him, that's unfortunately that's how the game works. There's no back lies.
Okay.
There's no insight.
Okay. No
Yeah.
inside roll. Okay.
And While that's the discussions, Tenza, how was your scout roll?
Scout roll was 1 success and 1 walker.
I'm sorry, and
And 1 walker, like a 1 on.
oh, you have a
stress,
1 on the stress die.
and 1 success with the normal.
Okay. With your success, you do spot a single walker in the distance between the tree line. You see one of the walkers come into view, and it seems to be looking around. None of them, no others follow. How do you react to this one, Tenzo?
If it hasn't really noticed the group yet, he's just gonna keep an eye on it. If he can see it, yes, he's just gonna keep an eye on it, as long as it's not getting too
Okay.
close. But yeah, that's.
Keep. Okay, so keeping an eye on the walker in the distance, you see if others follow. Thankfully, none do. But because of the mess up, the one in the walker die. Perhaps in your stress, you shift slightly in terms of how you're sitting in that crouched position. That sound reaches the group, and not the walkers, but that sound reaches Jonas, who turns startled. Is there something there? You see him reaching for his pistol. Otto, you're closest to Jonas. What do you do?
The moment he hears something, Otto's gonna look, and then he's going to like look around, and then I realize, oh wait, Tenza, and then he's going to go, Tenza.
Jonas looks at you with his pistol still in its holster but held tightly. What's a Tenza?
What's a Tenza?
What's a Tenza?
We're asking that every day.
They're strangers. They might think it's a code word.
Basically, Otto is going to look at him and is like, he's going to think of it, and he's like, a stray dog.
The question is,
Sure.
do they look around and do they see the walker themselves as well?
You see Otto and Jonas looking in your direction. You realize had they looked a little bit more at a certain angle, they'd spot the walker, but they haven't yet. Stay hidden or finally act.
Stay hidden.
Staying low.
Nothing shady.
Jonas looks back at you, Otto, and mutters.
You're gonna do something? You're gonna
You guys
do
have a
anything?
dog?
Well, I mean, I do have Sunny.
He stares and he sees Sunny there by the fence. Oh, I miss dogs. I used to take care of dogs, before this all fell down.
Don't worry, Tenza's one of us. He's a ranger.
And you see the big burly guy Jonas drop to one knee, turning to Sunny. Hey, Tenza, come here, Tenza.
no, Tenza is a person, unfortunately. Sunny's the dog.
Jonas looks at you a bit confused. Tenza's the person and Sunny's the what? Arjun just shakes his head.
I'm getting
and...
lost too, to be honest.
Arjun shakes his head and okay, looks like we were wrong. He points in the distance. Kevin, we got a walker. Kevin turns to you, Chris. Hold my cigarette, and you see him grab his bow. He makes his way towards where the walker is and starts loading his bow.
I'm gonna
Arjun,
take as much of a drag as I can, so that, but not like that he'll notice, and I'll just.
oh, just because of
double-
that loose one stress, Chris. Loose one stress. You are having a very joyful moment.
Double teaming this.
Arjun turns to you, Joe. You mind if we deal with that walker? Unless you guys have your own way of dealing with them.
By all means, less bullets for us.
This is a competition. Who cares?
Kevin raises the bow and takes aim, and you hear Arjun, make us proud, Kev. And he's like, fires the bow, the arrow flies, it lands on the walker's chest. Damn it! He starts grabbing another arrow. Arjun is learning. The guy's more used to using knives. Kevin takes aim again, and the second arrow flies, but this time hits the tree behind the walker. The walker starts walking towards the group.
It is actually hard to learn. Bow.
Yes.
What type of bow? Like compound bow is he using, or is he
Oh, this is one of those athletic sports ones, not the hunting
Oh
ones.
god, not the ones, not the correct kind.
Yeah. Not the
Uh,
correct. Come on, Kev, you're humiliating me here. Walker slowly making its way towards the group
I'm
with the
annoyed.
arrow sticking out of its chest.
I'm annoyed. Like, Tenza,
Yeah?
just deal with that already. Like,
does it walk
Just say
right?
that aloud.
Does the walker walk right?
We all know you're
Hey,
there.
I've got an idea.
And
While
and Jonas
whoever
on one
goes in
knee.
first gets more cigarettes. So Tenza,
It's just while he's like in the middle of a drag.
And Jonas is telling, of course, Sunny, go for it, Tenta. Go, Tenta.
So
go,
does
Tenza. Go.
does the walker walk past Tenza?
What?
Yeah, sure. It can walk past you if you want to strike it from behind,
That's
because you did successfully hide.
yeah. That's what I want to do. Is like as soon as it walks by, and after like the last arrow, like after an arrow gets shot, then he jumps up and stabs it.
You jump up, grabbing the arrow, and you stab it through the head. No need for the roll. It's just one threat against all of you there. There's no danger. The walker collapses to the ground, and all of you easily see this walker must have been at the circus, given his clothes, given there's still a stuffed toy that seems to be hanging on its bag latch. It's like a bag over its shoulder, and there's a stuffed
was
toy
this a
that's in
kid
ruins
zombie?
hanging on it. No. This is an older one.
Okay.
But this sort of connects to that there was a carnival further north. Arjun turns to you, Joe, and tells you, so, pardon where I drew it, but here's the map. I'm sure Zac Efron won't complain. Or at least I think that's him. We're in the belly button.
I look at the belly button and the
Zac Efron. Yeah.
school
We're in
musical. School.
No, I'm just getting it. He's drawing on a porno mag and he's making the
Yeah.
map on the flesh,
Yep.
like a plastic surgery kit. Like we're gonna cut here. Oh my god.
So we're currently here by the knee, and the society's at the belly button.
Uh-huh. Super helpful. Any landmarks?
He points to it without saying what it is. There's a down bus over there, and that should tell you you're not that far.
Is it close to the nipple or the rib?
Man.
Like where the bus?
It's somewhere between the knee and the belly button.
Okay.
So you can imagine what he used to show the bus.
Oh, fucking hell.
I see. I'm gonna be forever scarred with imagining Zac Efron in a porno mag.
God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's got a veiny dick, that can be the roads. You know?
Without getting detail, Arjun
Depends how
turns
long
to the
it
rest
is,
of
you
you and tells you, so again, the society could use people like you if ever you join us, but we're not the type to force people. We know everyone has to find their way, and even the lady herself stated, it won't be a society if people are forced to follow.
Right.
We'll hear from you, I hope.
Maybe.
But if we don't, then I'll
So
assume
hand
that
back
means
to the other guy. So you were looking
doing
for
well.
cannibals, and well, I can tell you where they last went. I mean, it sounds like it's. I'm gonna look over to Joe and just kind of shrug my shoulders. It's in our best interest to work together for both. I'm not saying we kumbaya, but we've got a mutual interest there, don't we?
Kevin, the guy with the cigarettes, who failed to use the bow successfully, turns to you and says, "That would be a big help. We've been hunting those two for practically, I think it's been almost 4 days now. We really should be heading back to the society." He turns to Arjun. Arjun shakes his head. "We still have enough rations for 2 more days. We have to find them."
Chris is going to shrug and just look over at Tenza, Otto in particular. He knows in the back of his head that Joe's going to insist on doing stuff because Denmar's playing them and would like to play. But even though she's made herself the anchor of this whole fucking place, and if she dies, we're fucked. But he's going to shrug in particular at the gents and just go, "Road trip?"
Otto's going to look over at Tenza and then go look over at the rest of the group.
Jonas, by the way, gives you, Tenza, a respectful nod at having dispatched the walker so efficiently. Kevin, on the other hand, Kevin looks like a boy who was told not to play with the toy and then the toy broke. So you can see him putting the bow back into the car.
Tenza grabs like the missed shots of arrows,
Mm-hmm.
like grabs them and then hands them back to them. Whilst he's also
Kevin gives you a smile.
he's dragging the
We don't even have to do it.
walker as well.
Good. Okay.
Well,
We don't even have to do it together, but if we pick different spots nearby, we know they're nearby. They're a problem, right?
Otto's gonna look at Tenza and is like, "You gonna tell him?"
Tell me what.
Considering that
It's no, you first.
these two cannibals seem to be targeting one of us in the farm. Probably more specifically Jacob.
The three look at each other a bit surprised. Arjun asks,
All the more
you guys,
all the more
you guys
reason
have a
to-
Jacob?"
Why do you ask?
He wouldn't happen to be a cop, would he?
Why?
Looks at the two guys. Jonas starts running back to the jeep.
For the weapons, huh?
Not sure. Do you
Okay.
act or do you wait?
Well, honestly, I'm not in any position to.
Arjun, what's going on? Well, what about Jacob?
You guys know Jacob. Jonas has gotten to the jeep. He pops open the side door, and you see him digging through one of the those spaces between the door where you could put stuff in.
Sure.
He's digging through a bunch of literature. There's like notebooks and there's like folders.
Well,
Okay.
Jacob's just been in their farm for a while, and is a friend of Tenza's.
Arjun turns to Jonas. He's snapping his fingers. Come on, Jonas. Jonas pulls something open, looks at it, and he calls out to you guys. He mentions Jacob's last name. We haven't established it in the game, but basically whatever it is, Jacob blank gives the name.
Mueller.
Mueller? Is it Mueller? Okay, Jacob
I'm
Mueller?
gonna shrug and I'm gonna look over at Tenza. It's Tenza's friend. It's not my business to be throwing this shit around, but clearly they've got an interest, so it's his problem and his responsibility. So I'm just gonna shrug and look at Tenza.
What trouble has my friend gotten into?
No, it's not trouble. We have a standing mission to find him. Our the head of society, our lady, the one in charge of us. Her name's Jessica. Jessica Mueller.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna go find him. Because
Yeah.
we don't really have. Who have we actually left that can actually fight with that group?
Yeah, you can go.
Fuck all.
Yeah, Tenza starts making a run to the farm.
Do me a favor, don't tell him. I want to see his face.
Jonas turns to you, Joe. So Jacob's been here all this time?
Not. I mean, just recent. Like from what was established, it's only been. He was like the recent addition to the farm. Like.
Yeah, but he, since it's Tenza's friend, we can assume they arrived together, right? So, generally.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Arjun's, you see him suddenly, it's like strength leaves his legs and he's now suddenly trying to sit down on the ground. If we found him, oh wow, this is going to be life-changing for the lady. So, he looks up at you both, and there's excitement in his eyes. The kids! Are the kids safe with him?
No.
Kids?
There are no kids.
No, the lady said that's why we have to find him, because he has the children. He's been keeping them safe.
Whose kids?
Jacob and Jessica's.
No.
Um,
No kids came with him.
I wouldn't bring them up.
You see him looking at the two of you, confused. He turns to Otto. Wait. Doesn't have the kid?
No.
We have different kids, but I don't think Jacob's ever introduced himself as having kids, as far as I know.
He
I don't
only
know if
talked about
he looks over to Joe.
he only talked
Who
about
has
his kids
Jacob
today.
as an anchor?
That would
Tenzer,
be
I
me.
think. I would assume. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll cut to Tenzer real quick as you're running back to the farm. Your mind's flashing back to conversations with Jacob, and one of them, let's say it's at the water tower in the farm. Jacob was keeping watch, and you went up to relieve him. And he looks at you, and so you think the world's ended, and this is the life we're now facing to live for the rest of our days?
I wouldn't say ended. There's still people like us around.
I mean, with the way things are now, if you're not the type to be willing to do what's necessary to survive, or if you don't have someone who'll take care of you, I don't think there's really much chances of you lasting a year. He points down the water tower, and you see we have the kids. I forgot her name right now. She's there right now helping gather some of the crop with Joe, for example. Sayanika, he points at the distance. Can you imagine if Sayanika was out here on her own? She wouldn't last a week.
Well, I guess. So, most people who were basically lost in the first week or two weren't prepared. They've lasted this long, then they've prepared. They've at least got some preparation.
Or they got friends. He looks at you, offers a small smile. You came back for me, man. A week into the apocalypse, you drove back into Buchanan and looked for me, and I'll never forget the fact you did that for me.
Well, You're my closest friend. And you have a family to look after.
I'm just happy that Jessica has the kids. As long as they're with her, all I have to do is find her and we'll be together again. He gives you a hug and he tells you, the water tower's yours. And we cut back to the present, you're running. I found Jessica. I'll let
Pain.
everyone have a moment to absorb that moment.
Why are we
Ah,
caught in a marital problem? God damn it.
Tenza, you arrive at your... Sure, go.
Would this relieve one stress from him because it's just like, yes, my friend's wife or
Yes,
something is.
that's a perfect... Yes, that's a perfect
And
1
this
point stress
increased
loss.
stress for me because, you know, Jacob made a revelation.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not yet. Not until Jacob explodes. That's when the stress can grow.
It's like,
So
it's like he
Tenza,
just
you arrive.
informed, like, about his kids and Jessica being the, or at least the crazy ex. So it's like, wait.
So Tenza, you arrive at the farm in time to see the others are all there, and it's almost inspiring to see that despite not having weapons, thanks to someone scolding them about being useless in a fight, they are now all armed. Whether it's with kitchen utensils or implements or
No, not the
farming
knives.
tools. Yes, you see the knives, you see Sayanika has one of the cooking pots, you see Rosa, who is insisting she will never harm anyone because she believes in God so much, is actually holding the ironing board. Jacob looks up and sees you and is everything alright? We haven't heard any gunshots, so we're assuming things are going well.
Tenzer is actually smiling for once.
Why are
Damn,
you
he can
smiling?
smell.
Dude, you're smiling. Why are you smiling? That's scaring me.
You're gonna have one of the best days of your life, Jacob.
He looks at you, still confused. Are you alright? Did they drug you or something?
No. They
He
know where
looks at the
Jessica
others.
is.
Jacob is staring at you shocked. Gia, the paramedic, rushes to your side and takes your arm. Wait, what do you mean they? Who they? Who's out there?
Do I call them Joe's friends or they're just acquaintances? Anyway, no Joe.
Jacob has started running. He's running the direction you came from. He's rushing so fast because he wants to know what's going on. The others, of course, are all looking at each other. They're still slowly starting to get what's going on. Eve explaining to the others. Jacob mentioned his wife had the kids, and he's been wondering where they are. That must mean she's safe, and the kids are with her. Enzo, of course. So the guys outside aren't a problem. We don't have to worry. Dylan, of course, is still worried. But what if they're lying? What if they're just gonna lie to us like that girl did? And Rosa, of course, I told you God will give us good things if we just believe.
Okay, now the bad news now that Jacob's gone.
Jesus, there's bad news?
there's bad news. That wasn't part of the deal.
Since I actually didn't hear the actual second part of Jessica was looking for the kids. So, but no, he's telling the rest of the group. Okay, so these people
Cannibals.
have been hunting 2 people down for 4 days. One of them being a little kid, and another one that wants to be trying to eat, which they are both cannibals.
Oh, good Lord. Rosa shakes her head. The way people judge others so quickly in this world. Maybe they're not cannibals. Maybe they just had to survive. Eve, of course, is looking at Rosa. Rosa, if people eat people, that makes them cannibals. There's no question about it. We don't even know if they did that. Dylan, of course, turns to Calvin. Dad, does that mean they tried to eat us? Calvin grabs Dylan and tries to cover the kid's ears. Maybe we shouldn't talk about eating people while the kids are here.
I mean, I gotta learn at some point.
Sayanica
Got that,
turns to
Tenza.
you, Tenza, and Sayanica mentions, I think I taste good.
No, there's the
I don't think any of
Sorry.
us are gonna try and test that.
precious child. Oh.
And with and with that, we jump back to the others. Everyone else with Arjun. Jacob has not yet arrived,
Yeah.
and Arjun is.
very big trap for anyone trying to end.
Like, nope,
Are-
nope, nope, nope.
So you're
Moving right along.
so- wait. So you guys are serious? Jacob doesn't have the children.
No, as far as
Otto shrugs.
there was a recent admission, like just today, where the kids are with the ex.
That's what he thought. But
No, that's not
I'm gonna
possible.
hear their movement and just go, shut up, shut up, shut up. Just whatever you tell them, just be gentle, yeah?
Arjun looks at you guys in the distance. He sees Jacob running towards the area. He hasn't arrived yet. Arjun asks, "But the reason the lady created the society was because she believed he will eventually find his way to them and bring the
I
kids."
don't know what to say to you. I don't know him. Otto doesn't know him. Joe doesn't know him. The only ones that know him are the only other weirdo that we have in this group.
Thank you. Yes, Tenza's a weirdo.
We can't.
Otto's gonna be watching Jacob actually, considering that Otto still remembers that very recently Eve was ambushed in the tall grass heading towards this way. They're in between them. So Otto's actually going to get closer to he's gonna go hop it back into the fence to get to Jacob halfway, out of worry.
That's fine. You meet up with Jacob as he closes in, and my kids, Jessica. You guys found Jessica and the kids. He looks at you, Otto.
Otto.
I'm gonna shrink back.
Otto is going to look at him, and he's gonna have a very solemn look on his face before he goes. He motions that it's better if we get closer, considering that
No.
he's definitely not comfortable with the idea of being by the tall grass.
Wait. Why is your face like that? Why are you looking that way? If Jessica is with where he pushes past you and tries to get to the fence, Chris is moving away, giving good space.
Specifically, nope, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not dealing with it.
Joe, are you receiving Jacob, Joe, or are you move aside?
I am. I'm actually gonna. Since I'm at the fence, I'm kind of gonna go between Arjun and Jacob. So, cause
Arjun's still on the ground, by the way.
yeah, cause I remembered how manhandly Jacob was, and I don't want him to do that to my acquaintance. No.
Yep,
Yes,
that's why I'm
exactly.
shrinking back, baby. I don't want to
And
do
sure
it.
enough,
Adjacent
as he
ends.
leaps as he leaps over the fence, you start to catch him slightly, and he's like, where's Jesse? Where's Jess? He sees the guy on the floor. Does he have Jess?
No, Jacob, calm down. And I'm very pissed at him because his stories are different now. And he says, Jacob, this isn't what you told us. What you told us about Jessica, you didn't even give us a name.
Jonas and Kevin follow Chris's suit. You see them heading to the sides of the vehicle, taking steps back. They're like, we're not gonna be the one to talk about this. Arjun looks up and mutters, "Oh my god, you do look like him. He's fucking painted you on the walls." And with that realization of recognition, Jacob tries to rush him. Do you stop him, Joe?
Yeah, I will rush him. If there's a way, I would like to like if there's a way the butt of the shotgun to just gut him like stop because I don't want him to like sorry. You know.
So
Just like,
you'll actually hit him. You won't just hold him back. Is that right?
yeah, cuz he's a big dude. I'm a farmer.
No problem.
You could
Just making
just
sure
try
I
to hit him in the
understood you.
chest. That wouldn't hurt that much. Just be
Yeah,
like,
just making sure.
you know.
Just making sure I understood correctly. So
Yeah.
close combat, that's 5 dice for
I
you.
will,
I'll add 1 die for the gun as an extra thing.
yeah. Is it
So roll
possible
6
to
dice.
Is it possible to just use the momentum of him running and just lifting the end of the shotgun to just so that he hits himself with that impact? So, is it still close combat?
That's okay too. So rather than strength, you're using agility. Is that right?
No, I'm just standing there, but it's like more force. Like, it's more like
Okay.
I'm being resolute.
No problem.
I
Then
want,
it's
I
a
want
force
the
roll.
one with the better dice, please.
So that's 4 dice for force. You get an extra die for the gun being used as a leverage. So that's 5 dice you'll roll. Roll that now.
Okay. 5. Okay, 1 success, and then I have 2 stress.
That the 2 stress you'll roll now as a separate dice pool,
Okay, only 1 success.
but no ones.
Oh, once. On the stress.
Thank
dice.
you. No friendly fire. Thank you. Okay, so with your 2 success, your first success is you stop him. So he runs into the gun. You moved into position. He is held from rushing to Arjun. You may still use your second success in a way you want. What else did
I
you
only have
want
1
to accomplish
success.
other than stopping him?
I only have 1 success. 1
Oh,
six.
the stress die gave you a 6 also, right?
No, 5 and 4. No successes.
Ah, okay, my mistake. Okay, temporarily halting him. He grabs his stomach and looks at you a bit shocked. Where's Jess? And Arjun mutters, "Calm down, calm down. She's with us. She's in our society. She's." Jacob looks at you. Why do they have her?
Could you calm down, Jacob? You've been violent.
I'm calm.
You're not calm.
I'm fucking calm.
You're not calm.
See,
I grit
you
my
see
teeth like
him
you're not.
hyperventilating.
Like, you are gonna calm down right now, and we're gonna have a talk. You're not gonna rush at people. You're not gonna throw people. We will talk. We will fucking talk. You
These
know
people
you're
don't
smart.
know you, dude. You are rushing at them, and they have every reason to shoot you. I would.
He looks at you, he looks at Joe, he looks back at you, Chris. As he looks at the group, you see one of them, the guy with the cigarettes, he offers the pack. And you see the other guy just keeps his hands up to show he's not armed. Arjun slowly stands up, and we can explain. Alright, I'm calm, I'm fucking calm. I'm just oh my god, my kids. He drops to his knees this time, and he's trying to really bring himself down. The 3 of you, Otto, Chris, and Joe, exchange glances. Someone's gotta talk to him.
Yeah,
Got
where's
it.
that though?
Wait, I
Someone's the leader, I think. Someone wanted to be the leader.
I-
Sounds
I
like a
look
them
at-
problem.
I look at Arjun and be like, can we have a moment before talking? Just need to clear something up with him.
Of course. We'll be at the back of the truck.
Okay.
I will look at Joe. Does she want me with you, or do you?
Stick with the
Moral
guys,
support, moral support,
Because
please,
I-
moral support. I don't
Okay,
want
fine.
moral support.
I'm gonna look wistfully at the last dragon, and then bin it, and then saunter over, but 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Out of
And you,
arm's
Otto?
reach of this guy.
Otto
What are you doing,
is
Otto?
Otto's actually going to at least converse more with the guys from Sanctuary. He wants to ask more regarding
Yeah.
the cannibal group that they talked about, or that they
Okay.
said was around.
So Otto makes his way to the back of the truck where the guys are while we have the conversation. I'll jump back to you, Otto, in a bit. Jacob finally looks up. His eyes are bloodshot, tears swelling as he looks at you, Chris, then at you, Joe, and I'm allowed. I can smile, right? This is a good thing, right?
What's the real
dude.
What's the real story, Jacob? Because you told me just recently you had a crazy ex with 2 girls, and now you're happy to see Jessica, and
Because they're still family. She was a bitch, fine, but they're family. The way the world is now, we will grab any family we have left.
they said the kids are with you.
That's what they think.
You see his expression very quickly shift. But before he explodes, I jump back to the back of the truck. Otto,
Before he explodes.
you join the others, and you hear them talking. Maybe we should have talked about. Maybe we should have let the lady discuss it. It's just that I'm sorry. I slipped myself, and they all turn and see you there with them.
Oh, sorry, not to be a bother much about the, the whole thing, but I guess on behalf of ours, rather our group, I'd say, I guess we do owe an apology for Jacob. He's been a bit of a mess since he got here, but I do have a question. How organized rather is this cannibal group that you talked about?
The Boka?
Yeah.
The girl acts as a lure. She usually introduces herself in some sort of state of helplessness. We saw her crying on the side of the road when we were on one of our scavenger trips. Brought her in, and the next thing we knew, we started noticing. Looks at the other guy, and Kevin nods. I was the one who noticed. There were always these half-empty glasses with some water still in them all around camp. It seems they got thirsty a lot, but they never finished the water, so they just kept leaving it in around. And when I started complaining to the others that they were wasting water, no one was fetching up, so we kinda started getting on each other's nerves. We eventually fished them out. The lady, but then before she can continue, you hear at the front of the truck, "They said what?" And then he, "Tell me they didn't claim I have the kids."
They are claiming you have the kids.
And he stands up, and you know that in frustration, he's like punching the air but not hitting anything while he's walking in a circle. I told you she's crazy. Oh God, what happened to the kids? She's claiming they're not with her. He drops again to his knees.
Well,
You should talk to them, dude. You should figure out what they
Probably.
know, compare it to what you know, and then maybe go talk to her about it.
The guy is hyperventilating again. He reaches from the ground though to grab your shin, Chris, as if to. Yeah, I hear you. That's sort of you get what I mean. The non-verbal.
Yeah,
I hear what
honestly,
you're
once he
saying.
starts hyperventilating, he's going to sigh heavily. He really doesn't want to be involved in this, but he's going to get
You
down
pull
on one
back.
knee.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna he's gonna get down on one knee and he's just gonna look forward. He's not gonna touch him, he's not gonna do anything, but he will give him his presence for what it is worth. And he'll let him do whatever he needs to do. He can't help it. It's who he is. He's fucking
Joe.
frustrated though. He's like, you're making this my fucking problem. Again. He's just gonna look forward and say, okay, all right, okay,
Joe.
okay. Are we
Joe.
good? Are we? Yeah.
Joe, you trust them?
I'm not gonna be hostile. I'm not gonna rush at them. they have information with these cannibals, the people that are attacking you and targeting you, and fortunately Tenza, who is one of the people weeding the farm.
What do you know for sure, Jacob? You know for
Jacob.
sure that they know you. You know for sure that they recognized you. That says something. That means that at least what they're saying about Jess is probably true. Yeah?
Jacob looks at you. His tears have flowed enough that they're now merging with the snot clinging at the bottom of his nose. His lips tremble as he mutters, "I'll need to go there and find out if it's true."
Probably.
He looks at Joe. "I don't think I can go alone."
Then
If I go alone, I might end up killing someone. You know me, Joe.
take Tenza with you. He knows you best.
Yeah.
Would that would that be okay? If I take Tenza with me?
No, we need Tenza here.
His head's not going to be in the game anyway. They're inseparable. You know that.
I guess that removes the threat of Tenza's being targeted, Jacob's being targeted. We're just gonna lose. We'll have a group vote.
Look, it's either I'm open to suggestions, but this is going to be a problem. So either we go and deal with the problem of the two girls, or we deal with the problem that we do know, which is that these people seem to know who he is because they know who his wife is. That seems easier out of the two. But it's up to Tenza after all, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to do it for some reason.
Yeah. We'll ask Tenza about it. Okay, Jacob? Let's just try to get as much information now and about the cannibals.
Why don't we do ourselves a little technique before we go back? What we're going to do is you're going to put your hands in your pocket right now. Not a joke.
He brings his hands up. He places it in his pockets.
They're going to stay there.
Oh, wait. He pulls out his right hand and hands you the switchblade that was in his pocket.
Smart. Thank you.
Okay. Good call.
So when you're ready, man, just go and talk to them. And if I see those hands out of the pockets, I'm going to yell at you. And I've got a big shrill voice.
He nods and he bows his
Very
head, and
girly.
we cut
You
back.
won't like it.
We cut.
Very pitchy.
We cut back to the back of the truck, and then we'll jump back to Tenza in a bit. So back at the truck, Arjun turns to you, Otto. Listen, we really were looking for those cannibals, but if this is the Jacob, if it's Jacob, the lady will want to see him. Do you think your friends will let us take him back with us?
Otto's going to look at him and is like, not alone, that's for sure. Actually, in the state that he's in right now, as he looks over his shoulder to where Jacob is.
Kevin, how much time do we have? Well, it's probably like a few more hours before sunset. We can wait, but it would be good if we leave before 3 hours pass. Do you think you could ask? We'll wait here. I am assuming you would rather we stay outside of your fence.
Otto looks at them a bit before he says, honestly, it would probably be a good idea, because considering what you've told me about, especially about the ones you were after, we'll have to keep an eye out on all sides, both inside and out. And then he looks over to Joe and like, he good?
Yeah. We're gonna have a bit of a chat.
Are we good, Jacob? Are we good, Jacob?
Jacob hasn't answered. Arjun, however, calls out from the back. So you mind if we wait here for your group to come to a decision?
Yeah.
Arjun raises his hand again to show, yeah, we'll stay here. And it's now that you all see for the first time. It skipped the detail past all of you, slipped past all of you earlier. He's missing half of these two fingers.
Who, Jacob? Or
Otto,
Arjun?
Arjun.
Arjun. Otto's going to look at it like, please tell me that's a sawing accident.
He looks at you. Oh, cannibals.
Fucking hell, okay.
There's just this grimaced look on Otto's face.
Right, Kev, Jonas, see who keeps first watch. We'll wait until they
Jacob,
come
do you
back.
want to talk to these folks first, or do you want to talk to Tenza first?
You see him hesitate, which is a good sign. He doesn't jump forward, and then he whispers, I think we can all talk first.
Okay. Is Tenza nearby?
Back at the farm.
Or like in the bit in between farm and fence with the group.
I'll wave at him if he can see me and just indicate that he should.
Tenza?
Yes.
What would you have been doing after Jacob ran off? Would you have gone after him? Would you have spent more time at the farm with the others?
I actually stayed with the group and probably had an eye out for the cannibals.
Okay. Deep down, you are starting to really now realize that in all these situations where you're sent off on your own, maybe you should talk to Chris about him lending you those binoculars.
No.
You're always struggling to see from afar.
I didn't get. No, you can roll for them. No, probably. It's fine.
so while keeping an eye out for the others, Gia comes to your side, and we'll go past the role play of like what exactly happened, and we'll jump to so the two groups we're encountering today. The kid is part of what might be cannibals, and the other group is part of a faction that was hunting them down.
Yes,
Did I get that right?
you did.
So why do the cannibals know Jacob?
That's probably something I would like to know as well. Probably because they've been running from this group that's come to us. They probably already knew something about Jacob being connected with their leader, Jessica.
Rosa comes up to the two of you. Well, I'd like to meet this lady, Jessica. I mean, a woman in charge of a society. It sounds so much more orderly than we have it here.
I guess Joe's not a woman then.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, this is Rosa, the preacher. She's
I know.
kind of judgy.
Like, you do know Joe is a female, right?
Yes, but I don't think she's leader material. I heard a rumor that she wasn't in good terms with her parent.
Well, neither am I. Does that say anything about me?
Gia glances at you. You did know the family before it all went down, didn't you?
Somewhat.
Rosa, of course. Well, I used to be a very well-connected member of society. And I knew the Davids family to be a very proud, righteous family. They've always went to mass. They've always contributed to their neighbors. In fact, from what I remember, Joe was one of the problem children. Gia
Why you
stares
in
at
my
you,
farm?
Tenza.
Why are you in my farm?
What you doing here? You can go. You can go. You can go.
Go to the side.
You can go.
Go to the side.
Who's saying you have to stay? No one saying you have to stay. Oh no. No.
Gia stares at you, Tenza, if you have anything to say about that.
It's like problem children can change for the better.
Gia nods. And Rosa, isn't gossiping a sin?
Is it?
Rosa raises her eyes. I don't remember it being in the Ten Commandments. And Gia just shakes her head. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Tenza, do you think they're heading their way? Do you think they're on their way back by now?
I don't know, one of them's waving, so maybe good sign. Sign. I should probably check with them. Probably stay as a group, just in case, with the cannibals lurking about.
Gia nods. I'll watch over everyone else while you head off. Rosa, maybe you can pray for our safety. Rosa smiles. Of course, I always do. And she heads off. Sayanika comes up to you, Tenza. Do you think Chris will be back soon?
Tenza's just like,
She's a minor. No, thank you.
Tenza's just like, I mean, his stuff is still inside, I believe.
It's just that sometimes I worry if he'll be okay. He doesn't seem to care about himself, and I just want him to know I do care about him.
Tenza doesn't know how to actually,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Awkward silent.
It's like dumping your your therapy needs on the local Santa Claus or something. Just like, I don't know what to say to you.
This is like
Do
the first
you
time.
start walking away?
This is like the first time Tenza actually
Just
like
awkwardly
has
buck
other
off.
people talk to him about actual feelings and shit other than Jacob.
Personal problems.
And it's just
yeah.
like,
Also,
also,
Oh,
What's that?
I'm sorry,
His-
did I miss it?
no, I was you said also, so I was like, I was waiting for what's coming
Yeah, we were
after
waiting
the
for you to
also.
speak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, basically, Sayanika stares in the distance and mutters something about, he just reminds me of the music I used to listen to. He's so Fallout
This
Boy.
is where Tenza just
And
stands
stares
up,
in the
turns
distance.
around, and walks. This is like a nearly
Yeah.
40-year-old dude.
boy.
And he's listening to a teenager talk about stuff. It's like, yep, nope, this is not my thing.
You walk your way back, and the group meets in the middle of the field again. Otto, your eyes are wide open, but no, there's nothing outward in the field, and Sunny has not noticed anything. As the player group meets in the center with Jacob and Sunny. I presume it's quick updates for Tenza as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like,
I'd basically say to Tenza, Jacob is at a crossroads. He may need your help.
We're not standing on any crossroads.
You are dumb as shit sometimes. Go talk to him, idiot.
Jacob turns to Tenza. They have my wife, but she claims I have the kids.
Standing up.
I think I need to see if she's telling the truth. But I don't think I can go there alone without doing something very wrong.
Yeah, it'd be
Are you
best
willing
that-
to go with me?
Yeah, I'm going with you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great.
You really want
Ride
me
or
out of
die.
here, don't you, Joe?
Well, hey, he asked for you. Hey, asked for you. Thought you were gonna stick around to help with the farm, maybe, but you did not hesitate. I'm not stopping you.
Joe, do you want him around or not?
He has his own free will.
It's been a really
Honestly,
long
I'm
day. I
confused.
think we should just put our shit out in the open. Do we need to do a group hug? What are we doing?
I just don't want Jacob to go out killing people, and the fact that I'm sorry, Jacob. It's just you haven't been well out of sorts since that night. Since I found you with that photo, you've been hiding secrets from us, and that doesn't bode well with the group. And the fact that you said it was the crazy wife that had the kids, and now they're claiming that you have the kids. Whether I like it or not, Tenza is good. Like, we're losing two with you. Two valuable people for the farm. So, that's not good for survival in the long run. But, I'm respecting your wishes, and I know you want Tenza to be with you. And I'll respect Tenza's wishes if he just went out and said yes. So, what am I to stop you guys?
I mean, first things first, we probably should deal with the cannibals that are in the farm right now.
Yes, that's the thing. But if Jacob really wants to go now and figure out about, the society and his crazy ex-wife.
Remember, they want to deal with the cannibals too.
Yeah.
That's their problem too. So why don't we just deal with this and at least make sure they're not coming back, and then we can all calm down, and you can confess your love for Tenza when you're alone. Okay?
What?
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 I'm just picking up on some vibes. You're very upset. You're very upset.
Even the dog. Even the dog goes, huh?
Very upset. You're leaving. You're very upset. I can see it.
I am not upset. No, you can go, Tenza. By all means, go. But this is the cannibals, man. Like, we're losing two people who can wield a gun. We're dealing with... He's dying. Goddamn, no. He's choking. No. Water.
Did I break it?
You broke it. He's choking.
Good job.
He's red.
Jacob.
Anyway, my point is the same, right? Our priorities are the same, and then we can figure out what comes next, right? And then that way, if it all goes well, we're a little bit more safe, and they can go and do their little road trip, and you can pine for them at the window.
Oh, what about the group here? There's kids we're gonna leave behind if we're gonna try to deal with the cannibals. What if the cannibals come back for them? They're meat.
Okay, look. You're the leader. I don't know if that's what you want or what you don't want. I'm telling you though, that whatever it is that you want to do that, and then do that.
I just
But
want.
don't have your feet in two. Don't have your feet in two different worlds.
I just
You want to do all things at all times. So I am going to go with these guys, if I have your permission.
It's 3 people now. Who's gonna take care of the farm? I can't do it all myself.
Joe, what do you want?
I want
Because they are a threat.
I want stability in the farm.
That's not going to happen while there is a threat going on. You know that. So if you really, like, whatever this is, it seems like you want to tell everyone what to do. That's fine. I will listen to your orders, but not if it's just stay here and wait. We need to do something. And I'm going to look at the other two, right?
Otto's already sharpening the stick that he had earlier.
Jacob glances at the others. The cannibals are still in the farm?
No. I know where they went though.
Otto looks. You're talking about the girl, right?
Yeah.
Otto. Otto looks at Chris. You know where the girl went? Good. There's a second one that was unaccounted for.
Well, she's probably gonna go for where the second one was. And I'm gonna look at Joe as I get myself ready and just like make sure everything's accounted for before he leaves or doesn't leave, according to her orders, if that's what she wants to do. And the look basically says, "You are trying to be the general and the soldier at the same time, and you can't. You want to give orders, you want to tell people what to do, but you also want to put yourself out there and get yourself shot in the head. It can't be both."
I want to stay in the farm. That's the thing. But there's people that are needed on the farm that are leaving. That's her problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is not leaving permanently.
Here, Jacob. Go on. Sorry, go on.
We are going, wanting answers. Jacob wishes to stay, that's fine. I'm still coming back. I still have things here.
And I am pretty much not here most of the time, aren't I? So it's no different for me.
You know what? Fine. We deal with the cannibals, and then we get back here.
And then we revisit, we talk, we figure it out.
I know Jacob would want to go to society, and that's everyone's choice. We can give it to the group if it's a decision. But right now, I'm afraid we're gonna have to get everybody in the farm to join forces and help with this cannibal thing. Then they can choose if they want to stay in the farm or go to society. That's where I'm at.
Jacob turns to look at you, Joe, and he asks you a question, which is a bit of a surprise coming from him. Whoever gave you the idea we wanted to go to the society to stay?
Look, they're offering it, and I'm not gonna hold the group back. They don't want, they don't want to live the farm life. That's fine. I'm giving everybody an open choice where we're gonna go. They want to stay with me. There's certain ways to go about things. They want to go into society where, they can follow another lady. That's fine. Like, I have to take care of this farm. It's more stable here.
We want
Joe.
to help you do that. Go ahead, Joe.
Joe. Your farm. That's my kids. Your desire to keep your farm safe. That's my kids. I need to know if she has them. I need to know if she left them. Do you understand?
Yeah, I that's why I'm not stopping you. I'm just talking to the other people.
This isn't about not wanting to be in the farm. This is about our own farms. If you need me to go alone, then I'll go alone.
Step one.
But you know me.
Cannibal
You know my
scouting.
temper.
Let's do the cannibal scouting and let's talk about it later. One step at a time, right?
Jacob turns to Chris. Is there a reason we're not letting those people help?
I'm for them helping. But if we don't trust them, they just pick different area, right? Fine. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
Otto actually is going to step up and say, if there's one thing that we do need, it's technically them watching on the outside, just in case if the cannibals skip out.
Ooh, good. Yeah, true.
Jacob nods. I think that's a good idea too.
I'm gonna give his gun back, Jacob's gun back, and I might go to the truck and just go, do we have a spare weapon? I think we've agreed some of us are going to go scouting and see what we can find about these cannibals. If you've got a spare weapon, I wouldn't say no.
We're stronger together, Jacob calls out. Turns to Joe. If we let them help us hunt the cannibals, then I can delay going to check
Okay.
on my kids until that's done.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's just safer for everyone. It'll give me peace of mind if the
Yeah.
cannibals are a threat removed from the farm.
Do you want to
Yep.
be the one to say it?
Yeah.
Jacob takes a step back to let you be on the forefront, Joe. And he turns to you, Chris, and you see him, he's nodding. He has that, it's better we deal with this first.
Yeah.
I turn to Arjun.
He turns to you, Tenza, and Tenza, he offers you a fist bump. He's that, thanks for standing up for me, man. He forgets Otto. Go on. Arjun stares from the jeep. So what's going on?
We'll deal with the cannibals first, and then after we deal with the threat with the cannibals, I mean, it's better if we join forces for that. Then Jacob's gonna follow you to society.
I'm sorry, join forces? He looks a bit confused.
First,
We had the same problem, don't we?
that
Oh,
was-
you mean you want us to help hunt the cannibals?
Is that not
Or at
what
least
you're here
drive them
for?
off.
No. Of course we'll help. I for a moment I thought what you were saying was that we should go and come back some other time when you're done with the cannibals.
Nah.
We're of course willing to help. He turns to his companions, and you see this moment of realization. Jonas used to be a bouncer in a club before the whole thing fell down. Jonas waves his hand.
Do I recognize him? I've probably been in that club a bunch of times.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you've seen him a few times, and maybe your look was different, or maybe he just doesn't. Maybe you weren't one of the VIPs, so I never recognized you.
Maybe you just snuck in really well.
I found a way in a lot of times.
Yeah. The other guys, Kevin used to be a chef. He insists he wants to learn to use the bow. No, I'm not using the bow anymore. It's stupid. Kevin, it's alright. You'll learn to. And he looks at everyone else. Arjun used to teach high school. Drew and I, we knew each other ever since we were kids.
Would it be alright if I borrowed a weapon from you guys? We're kind of low on that, and I just gave the sheriff his gun back.
You hear Jonas tell Kevin, you could lend him your bow. And Kevin's like, oh, fuck you.
Might be better.
Jonas gives you a smile. Yeah, we still have a few stuff here. We don't have that much guns, to be honest. But
Gun, I mean, I've got a frying pan, so I'll take anything at this point.
Arjun takes a step forward, so I guess to formalize it, he offers his mangled hand for a handshake.
Shakes. Very poker face.
And as the two of you shake hands, there's a brief moment. The group looks northward, and you realize that smoke trail in the distance is now fading. Whatever the smoke was is now contained. Arjun smiles and says, let's go find these meat eaters.
Can there be a time skip in which I do tell the people in the farm what we're doing, and that I'm giving them an important task of keeping an eye out for the farm and anyone that goes in, like just to prepare themselves while we try to get the.
Would it be-
Yeah. We can do that next session. We can open with that as a flashback. We're in.
Oh, we're finishing? Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, I assumed we have to because it's 2 minutes till 9
No,
p.m.
I have no problem with that. That's a good place to leave it. The suggestion I would make for signals for now is if they can drive their car in, then they can honk the horn, and hopefully we'll hear it if something happens.
Oh, yeah. We can map those out next session. We can everyone can
Yeah.
contribute little plans.
Woo.
Sure.
But to close the session, because I'm me and this is how I run my games.
Yeah.
Um,
Boy,
we
cliffhangers.
have the group all in the house, all getting ready. We have Gia talking to the others. So supposedly, there will be new guys who will be joining us to hunt down the threat. What kind of threat? We're just using the word threat so we don't freak out anyone. Rosa will have to need 3 more mouths to feed for dinner. Not a problem. We're a farm. We have enough. And as people are doing their stuff and everyone's making sure everything's okay, our camera zooms in and focuses on our dear farmhand, Evan. Enzo. Enzo looks around and complains, "Guys, stop leaving your cups around," and picks up a cup on the floor. "Why don't people even finish their water?" And he starts walking to the kitchen. And as he gets to the kitchen, he stops. He sees another cup there, also still half emptied with water. "Stop wasting water, whoever's doing this." He picks up the cup. He throws both of them empty into the sink. And as he leaves, the camera lingers in the kitchen. It lingers a bit too long. And then between the space of the refrigerator and the wall, we see a hand squeeze out, grab something on the table, and slide back under.
Oh no!
To be continued.
Ruh-roh.
Well, Rose is gonna die. So
Thank
Thank you
that's
for
like
playing.
that's a net positive. Rosa might die. That's a net positive. Yeah, no. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you for the folks that dropped by, like Viction and company. Thank you. Before we're gonna raid out real quick. To Galmuth, who recently followed us. They're playing The Spirit and the Mouse, which is an adorable game. I do like the game. We're gonna do a quick debriefing moment. We'll start first. I'll just give a format on how it goes. How you guys feeling, and the things that you'd like to see in the game. The next session. So for me, it's like I'm feeling good. I'm a good 6 out of 7. The stress level went down, especially when it got, like we found solutions and stuff. I was happy that I got the gun butt Jacob to calm the fuck down. It's like, God damn, calm down. So that was so nice. And what I'm expecting for the next session is somebody will die, an NPC, and that will be Rosa. I'm calling it now. Rosa must die. I know I made Rosa, but Rosa just gotta go. She just gotta go. I'm sorry, Rosa.
I don't like undermining the hierarchy.
Alright. That's just me. And then now we go to Vetra. Vetra, how are you feeling? And what would you like to see next session? Or what do you expect?
I am feeling good. Jacob now knows that Jessica is still alive. We do not know about the kids, so hopefully through some of them, not next,
Anyway, doesn't know.
like through some of the next sessions, not the next one specifically, but like hopefully we find out about the actual kids, and it's like, maybe Tenza goes looking through the city, looking for the kids. Yeah, I did enjoy this one. Tenza being stealthy, as I've made him.
Thank you. Alright, and then we have Sin. Sin, how are you feeling? And what are you expecting next session?
I'm expecting someone to die. Not our NPC. Not our NPC. A cannibal.
Oh, okay. Sin.
Yes.
Sin.
That's what I'm expecting for next session.
Alright. Thank you. And you're feeling good? Alright. And then last but not least,
Yep.
Jack, how you feeling? And what are you expecting next session?
I feel that I and Chris trust too easily. There's really no reason to really trust these guys, but I'm just rolling with it. what do I? Yeah, I mean, it's as good. The situation is as good as it can possibly be, given what we know. We know that something's going on inside the farmhouse now because stuff we have no business knowing. But beyond that, we're doing the best we can, and hopefully we find them before they do something. So who knows? But we're going to be looking, and we've got a lot of people. So if we spread out, we may keep the deaths to a minimum. And yeah, beyond that, I didn't expect Chris to be as much of a clown as I kind of played him today, but that was fun. I think the cigarettes loosened him up a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
The mint.
the mint. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And any last plugins for everybody? We'll do a quick one. Jack, what would you like to plug in for as we about to raid Galm? The raid.
So the easiest thing to plug right now is that you can go on Twitch and YouTube to Jack Squarepeg, and follow and subscribe and all the fun things. If you enjoy horror content, that is the place to go. We are doing a tribute to the classic movie Goodfellas with a Call of Cthulhu adventure called Deadfellas tomorrow, which I'll give a little spoiler for you, tiny little one. This one won't necessarily be about the mythos entities they encounter, but what gangsters typically do when they get paranoid and have guns. That's all I'll say.
That's nice. Awesome. And Sid, you got anything to plug you're gonna do this week?
For this week, nah.
No Cobbleman?
Oh,
No Cobbleman?
no. I don't know. I'm debating like what the hell I'm going to be doing this week. There's so much things that have been going on recently that I've been a bit busy. But yeah, you can catch any of my streams like whenever I do actually get to it on my Twitch on twitch.tv/Sincarius.
Yes. So if you guys want to see Cobblemon and like brain rot, just go to him. Yeah. And Petra, you have anything planned this week?
I don't really have anything planned this week, but probably if there is no SCP TTRPG this Saturday, then I will do some Sworn.
Okay, yeah. If you guys have an itch for Pendragon, you can play Sworn, so you can get your Arthurian legends and face stuff going. Also, real quick plugs for me. If you tomorrow, no Sukol, taking a rest for that. I might do the mini SCP D&D Here Be Dungeons and Dragons Heroes Are Born. A mouthful, but they're going to Fantasy Town. They're building Fantasy Town, and Sunday is the return of Lancer. We're totally the mentally stable nun. Definitely, we're like that. There's no context to that. We're helping the mentally stable nun. that's the pitch. But yes. And of course, last but not least, Toby, you got anything to plug? Got anything people to hype up about for the weekend this week?
Well, for those in the Philippines, my comic will be part of a few conventions coming up in a few months. I'm waiting for the announcement, so I can't really say more about that as of now. Hope to see you all next week as we continue in this story. And as always, I'm willing to run for more people who want to try my style of gaming. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, check out Tag Sessions on Facebook and on Blueski, yes. So we're gonna read out now.
Yeah, but admittedly, nothing much happens. Nothing much happens in the social media stuff. So I didn't wanna, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna use these raid messages. Sends the regards. We're gonna read out to Galmuth now. So you can either send cheese or send regards, or we're gonna grab this walker real quick. The Plants vs Zombies thing. So, feel free to send Shashin over to Gal, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.